Hi everybody and welcome to test preparation for Cambridge Advanced Certification. Today we are going to be talking about the structure of this exam, and today is the day 0. Now let's talk about the difference between the CAE, IELTS and TOEFL. CAE is an exam designed specifically for students of the C1 level, whereas IELTS is a multi-level exam taken by all levels. CAE and IELTS requires the use of British English. But if talking to a real person makes you uncomfortable, go for the TOEFL. You'll only speak to a computer. The CAE or IELTS both require speaking to a real person. TOEFL requires the use of American English. Here we have the Cambridge English score and the CEFR level. If you get a score between 200 and 210, you will get the maximum level, that is the C2 level. If you get a score between 160 and 179, you will get a B2 level. Who accepts CAE? Well, around 25,000 universities worldwide, such as Harvard University, Stanford University, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Dartmouth College, Wellesley College, and the Juilliard School, and many others. Now let's talk about the reading and use of English section. This is the first section of this exam, and this section has 7 parts. It has the part 1 that is about multiple choice lexical clues, part 2 that is the open clause, part 3 that is the word formation, part 4 that is the keyword transformations, part 5 that is the multiple choice, part 6 that is the gap text, and part 7 that is the multiple matching. The total time for this section is 1 hour and 30 minutes. There are 56 questions in this section. It makes up 40% of the entire exam. Let's talk about the writing section. This section has 2 parts. The first part is about an essay. You will have to write an essay with a discursive focus, and the second part will be about a situationally based writing task. In the first part, you will have to read some material up to 150 words, which may include material taken from advertisement, extracts from letters, emails, postcards, diaries, short articles, etc. Then you will have to use this information to write an essay with a discursive focus. Your essay must be between 220 to 260 words. In the second part, we have the situationally based writing task. And in this task, you will have to choose one of 4 questions. Then you will have to read some of input material and write one of the following: a letter, an email, a proposal, a report, or a review. This text must be between 220 words to 260 words. The total time that you will have for doing this section is 1 hour and 30 minutes. This part of this section makes up 20% of the entire exam. Now let's talk about the listening section. This section has 4 parts and the total time is 40 minutes. The first part is about 3 short extracts from conversations with multiple choice questions. The part 2 is a sentence completion. The part 3 is a conversation with multiple choice questions. And the part 4 is a multiple matching. There are 30 questions in this section and it makes up 20% of the entire exam. Now, let's talk about the speaking section. This section has 4 parts. The first part is an interview. The second part is a long term. The third part is a collaborative task, and the part 4 is the discussion. In the first part, you're going to have short questions and answers between you and the examiner. Then in the part 2, the long term, you will get 3 pictures and examiner will ask you to talk about them. You have to speak for 1 minute without interruption, and the interlocutor then asks the other candidate to comment on what you have said for about 30 seconds. The other candidate receives a different set of photographs, and you must listen and comment when they have finished speaking. Then in the part 3, you will have a conversation with the other candidate. The examiner gives you some pictures and a task to do, and you have to talk with the other candidate and make a decision. In the final part, you will have a discussion with the other candidate based on the topic or issue raised in the task in part 3. This section is worth 25% of the total score for the exam. Let's talk about the 2 ways that you can present this exam. We have the paper-based exam and we have the computer-based exam. So let's talk about the differences between the 2. So about the content, we have that in both we will have the same content. Time will be the same. Price, well, in computer-based exam, the price will be a bit higher. A speaking section, well, in both you will have to talk to humans. Room, in the paper-based, you will have a big room with other candidates, and in the computer-based, you will have a smaller room. About the listening section, well, in the paper-based exam, could be bad because the audio quality comes from somewhere in the room, while in the computer-based, you will have your own headset. About the watch, well, you will find one somewhere in the room in the paper-based exam, but in the computer-based exam, you will have on-screen timers. Talking about the writing test, well, in the paper-based, it will be harder to edit the full text structure, while in the computer-based, you will be able to edit your essays as much as you want. Reading, the reading section, well, in the paper-based, well, you will have, you can underline, you can highlight and take notes, while in the computer-based, of course, you can't. Results, in the paper-based, well, it takes some more time, while in the computer-based, it's faster that you will get your results. Well, that's all for this video. In the following video, we'll be talking about the reading and use of English section. See you there!